Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you guys are excited. This is a love yourself later activity. So you will love yourself later when you have 3 meals prepped, ready to go, and you can avoid some of the stress this week, okay? Because we all know there's way too much of that stress and we can make it just a little bit easier. So if you don't have your prep list yet, I want you to check the description for the video. You'll find links there to get your prep list. You can download that real quick. Gather your groceries and your prep tools and then come right back here, okay? And what's on the menu this week? Let's see, we have chicken salad sandwiches, bacon wrapped chicken on the barbecue, and Zingy chicken bacon salad. So if that sounds good to you, then let's get going, shall we? I've got 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation today. If all you have in you is level 1, that's cool. You're still gonna love yourself because you're gonna have so much fresh veggies chopped. If you want to get the time to table results you see in the meal plan, you're going to want to keep going through to level 3 with me. And we're actually going to start with some things in level 3 because level 3 is stuff that can do itself while you are doing other things. And that is the way that we save ourselves extra time, okay? So I'm going to have with barbecue, and this is optional. So if you're not going for this, you can, just scooch yourself right ahead to wherever. I'm going to start cubing up potatoes for potato salad. Because what goes better than barbecue chicken wrapped in bacon than potato salad? Nothing does. So you can use whatever kind of potatoes you want. I think the recipe itself calls for red potatoes, but you know what? We're fine with whatever potatoes you have. I'm using Yukon Gold. You could use anything, whatever you got, whatever's available, whatever's in, reasonably priced at the grocery store this week. I was gonna get red potatoes and I looked at it and I was like, ooh, $10 a bag. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. So I thought, well, these ones are already in my cupboard. Perfect. And that's exactly how I want you to play your meal plan too, okay? Like, just because it says one thing doesn't mean you can't do another. You can always swap something out. If it's calling for asparagus and you're not a fan of asparagus, then replace it with green beans, try to keep it within the same color, or just make sure that you're having a variety of color when it comes to your fresh foods. Color coding of food is like nutrition for dummies. It's like nature was just set up so that our eyes would be drawn to all different colors of food, and that's what we're going to crave in a healthy diet, is all different colors of food. And the reason the food are different colors is because they have different nutrients in them. So if you are having, a Skittles moment with your diet and tasting all the colors of the rainbow, that's how you're going to make sure that you are having the most varied and healthy diet that you can, without having to necessarily think about it and track it and all the rest of it. So if you want to keep things simple for yourself, that is a nice way to keep it simple. Be like, am I having enough variety of color? Which, the more variety in color you have, also the prettier your plate is going to look, and the prettier your plate looks, the more you're going to enjoy your food. And I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but you think of it, you go to a restaurant and you are served a dish there, you're always served a variety of colors and textures, and there's just this medley that goes on, right? And the reason for that is you eat with your eyes. If you set up your plate pretty, it's going to taste better. You could make the same stuff you're getting at a restaurant, and maybe you're just not plating yours as pretty and you're not enjoying it quite as much. So there's something to be said for it. I think part of that too is when your plate looks good, it does a cue to your stomach and to your digestive system. It's like, wow, incoming, something good. And then your body actually prepares to digest the food, rather than if you're just like, dude, I'm in a rush and I'm just gonna pound this back. Your body has no time to prepare. You're just like assaulting it with food, and no wonder you're gonna have an upset tummy and not feel as great about it. Enjoy your food. So I have about 2.5 pounds of potatoes. You can kind of ish it a little bit, and if you're doing for 1 or 2, you could half that. How big you cube it is up to you. I like to keep mine in bite-sized pieces. If my husband were cutting this, they'd be about twice the size, and I'd be wondering, what the heck are you doing? Because there are two kinds of people. People who like big old chunks and people who like small pieces. And then those people find each other, they marry each other, and they just fight over whether it's going to be small chunks or big chunks. And actually, he doesn't care if they're small chunks. He just always cuts them in big chunks, and I'm the only one that's picky about it. But it is what it is. And hey, I have a partner that likes to cook, and that's nice. Actually, he was the main cook in our house before I came down with all of my discovered my food sensitivities. Before that, he was the cook. I actually ate a lot of I wouldn't say my diet was bad. It was just, I thought more about calories than I did about nutrients, which I don't think is too unusual. Okay, so I got that all loaded up. I'm putting mine in my pressure cooker. You could use Instapot. I have a deluxe multi-cooker here. I'm just gonna steam it for 5 minutes. I'm gonna throw some salt on there first. There we go. Wonderful. Now I'm going to keep going with another couple things for level 3. We're going to cook some bacon and I'm going to cook some chicken. Because why not be ready, right? So we're not cooking an entire pack of bacon this week unless you want to have more for something else. But some of this bacon is going to be used for the barbecue bacon wrapped chicken. So I want to make sure that I'm reserving 8 pieces of bacon. I'm just going to put 8 pieces of bacon right in here for the chicken. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. And then I want to cook, I'm just going to cook up the rest of the bacon because wasted bacon is just not a thing in this house. I don't know about you, but if somebody says wasted bacon in this house, it would just be like followed by laughter, like, what does that mean? My 3-year-old has just gotten like hugely into bacon and has decided it is the most delicious thing in the world. Look over the other day, I had my bacon from last week pre-cooked. He's literally inside the fridge, climbing the fridge to try to get to the pack of bacon. And I'm like, no, dude, that's not for today. That's for tomorrow. So he was just counting down. So when I opened the bacon yesterday, you know, he's a patient boy. He waited. I opened the bacon and he went in and just grabbed it by the handful and had most of it eaten before supper. I don't think my husband has ever been so disappointed in his entire life. I think he liked it when the kids didn't realize that bacon was delicious. So, bacon. I have it on a stone bar pan, throwing it in the oven. It's the easy way to make it. There we go. Now, I'm just waiting for my griddle to heat up so that I can put some chicken on there. I'm gonna see if I can fit 5 pieces on there. Just cause. Okay, shall we get going? All right, let's go back to level 1 and get some of the things done in level 1, shall we? So I've got, you can shred lettuce. I have spinach. It's already cut. It's already washed and everything. It is just there. That's what I'm using instead of shredded lettuce. So if you're with me on that, you can totally do the same thing. And if you're shredding lettuce, happy shredding, my friend. Okay, so I'm going to chop up half a red onion and 2 stalks of celery. If that looks like too much onion to you, you know yourself. Just you can go a little lighter on it if you want to. And a lot of it's going to depend on the size of your onion too, right? Because you could have a giant onion, or you could have a teensy tiny, adorable little onion, just like this. And just a cute little guy. Yeah, switch onions. Oh. It looked adorable, but the inside didn't. You know, if there's like a little bit on the outside, I don't care. I just peel off that layer. But if it's on the inside, like there's really not much you can do to save that. Of course, this has to be the hardest red onion in the world to peel. There's got to be a trick to red onions. They're just difficult. I find them very, very stubborn. That entire outer layer is totally just coming off. And when that entire outer layer just comes off, it's like onion 1, Caitlin 0. But hey, I'm in there now. In there now. Okay. So I'm going to take half of that and a couple sticks of celery. Alright, I'm going to throw some chicken on here, guys. One, two, three, four, 5. Never hurts. Never hurts to throw extra salt and pepper on, or salt and pepper in general. So this baby is very appropriately called a food chopper. Because you guessed it, it chops food. Took some real creativity to come up with that name right there, but it's direct and you know what? It does a good job. So those are for my chicken salad sandwiches. I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to assemble that chicken salad eventually so that it is just, you know, done. If you want to right now, we can do some chopping of some veggies. If you're planning on having fresh veggies on the side with your chicken salad, figure, you know what, why not just keep it fresh, right? So I'm just gonna get some veggies chopped up for that right now. So when I'm going to serve it, it is just going to be an easy side. Fresh veggies, they're always such a nice side with something because they're just fresh, and even if they don't look that exciting when they're on the side of your plate, they're gonna feel exciting once you start eating them. Like, at least for me, it's like I feel like my body's just like, oh, didn't know I wanted that, but now that you have it in there, it's that's really good, you know. It's funny, I had my kids yesterday, and it was getting to be around snack time. They were starting to get a little, you know, ornery. So I thought, they're getting hungry, right? And I asked them, I'm like, do you guys want me to get you an orange? They're like, we don't want an orange. We don't want an orange. All right, decided to do an experiment. I'm like, I'm gonna get myself an orange. So I went and I peeled, you know, the oranges and made sure I didn't have any seeds in them and all the rest of it. Went to sit down, they demolished it. 8 mandarins later for kids that didn't want it, and it really made me think, like, kids want what they see, you know? Like, they saw it and then they wanted it. But when they were just thinking of it, it didn't sound exciting. If I had to let them choose their own snack, they would have wanted, you know, veggie straws or a bar or something. And not that any of those things are bad, but what's better than those things is, you know, some fresh fruit. And I always think it's good to remember, like, just because I tell my kids they should eat fresh things doesn't mean they will. Even if they know it's good for them, they're going to do what they see me doing. Whether they know it or not, whether they acknowledge or not, they're not going to do what I say. They're going to do what I do, and they're going to emulate that because I'm showing them what's good. And that's a huge responsibility. Literally showing little people how to eat and what to eat and all the rest of it. That's kind of a big one. So, just kind of some easy stuff. Cucumbers, peppers, carrots, celery. You obviously need much more time. Move you back a little bit. Yeah, so just easy things to cut out, but it'll be a nice little rainbow palette of different colors on the plate, so it'll be nice. And if you are having your chicken salad and having these veggies before you have your night with the salad, you can use up any of these extra veggies on your salad as well. Or use it as snacks, whatever. Like, once they're there, they're pretty easy to use. Okay. I'm going to thinly slice the other half of this red onion. Only cut down however far you feel safe cutting down, okay? Once it starts to get sketchy, you feel like you're going to start to sacrifice knuckles, don't. Your knuckles are not worth the onion. If it's not enough onion, go get another onion. It's okay. It's fine. Now I'm going to slice some cucumber for the salad. I'm actually going to throw it in the same container. And I know some of the cucumbers for my salad, some for side dishes, and honestly, if I have to cut up more cucumber later this week, that's not the end of the world either. But at least I know I'm prepared. There we go. Because, yeah, they're for two purposes, but you know what? That's one less dish. There we go. One less dish is one less dish, and we'll be happy with that. Okay, so if that's all you have in you, you did awesome. You did fantastic. Heck, if you went and did all of that, you did most of step 3 and all of level 1, so you rocked that. If you still have more gas in the tank, let's move on to level 2, shall we? I am going to get, let's see, 1/4 cup of mayo and 2 tablespoons of Dijon. I'm just going to put it right in there with the chopped stuff for the chicken salad. So this strange little contraption that I have here is, it's it's a measure-all cup, and what it is meant to do is measure like liquid-ish things like mayonnaise, and instead of putting it into a container and having to scrape it out of the container, it scrapes it out of the container as well, which is lovely. And it's got like all the measurements in the world you could ever want on the side of it. So if you need to double something up and don't like math, or need to do some conversions, this is a perfect tool for that. Oh my Dijon. Supplies are looking sketchy right now. Okay, the only thing I gotta add to this is some craisins. Or you could add grapes if you wanted to, or raisins, or dried blueberries, or pretty much anything. Some kind of fruit or dried fruit. There we go. Now that's going to be all ready to throw into the chicken salad after we get that. I'm also going to make some dressing for the salad. If you look at your prep list, it's all right there. I'm going to get some lemon zest. I've got a zester here. It's called a cup zester. And I adore it. It collects everything into a cup on the bottom, and the cup on the bottom actually has measurements on it as well. So you know if you're doing, if you're getting like a teaspoon of something, then you can measure it up there, and you can actually store in the container below. The container comes right off, and then this lid will go right on it. So if you're doing Parmesan cheese or something like that, you can grate it, measure it, and store it all in the same container, which that's the kind of efficiency I like in my kitchen. It is also dishwasher safe. Okay, gonna grab some lemon here. Because we can't have a lemony zingy salad dressing without lemon in it, right? So you can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil, you can use whatever oil you happen to have on hand. It is all good. Okay. Whoop. A little bit of maple syrup. A little bit of Dijon. And however much salt and pepper you like. You know you. If that does not look like enough dressing for you, then you can always double that, okay? Very easily done. Perfect. See, it's just my husband and I that do that have dressing on ours. The kids aren't quite there yet. If that is all you have in you, oh, actually, I'm gonna let the gas go on that. If that's all you have in you, you did awesome. You completed level 2. You did great. If you have more gas in the tank, And let's keep going. Level 3, so as soon as that is out of there, we're going to take the potatoes, we're going to lay them out on the sheet pan, and then we're just going to freeze them for about 10 minutes, okay? Yeah, we're gonna freeze them for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be able to just put our potato salad together. We're going to get the rest of the parts ready to throw into our potato salad as well. Okay, so pardon me, I'm just gonna throw these into the freezer. There we go, freezer. Just gonna set a timer for 10 minutes so that I don't forget about them, and then just have frozen potato salad, because that's not gonna be nearly as cute as it sounds like it is. All right. I'm going to get a few things here ready just for the potato salad, just the mayo and Dijon and vinegar and, you know, all those types of things. Oh, there we go. This is what I want. Actually, I think I get a new knife. I don't want to put a bunch of veggies and stuff into my mayonnaise. Mayo. Literally going to be the rest of my Dijon in there, I believe. Holding on by a hope and a prayer. Oh, actually that's good. We did good. Totally had that perfectly planned, and I knew that I had enough. I'm gonna get a couple more stalks of celery, chop up. So this potato salad, it's actually probably the quickest recipe for potato salad I have ever seen, and it's also delicious. All right, all my chicken is looking good. Awesome. Gonna grab our bacon out of here, see how it's doing. Oh yeah, bacon is done. Nice and crispy. Alright, here we go. So, oh, I need to chop up the rest of my celery. Squirrel. Gonna chop up 2 green onions. Yeah, I find usually I like potato salad, but it feels like it's very labor intensive and like I need to have a lot of time, where this recipe from start to finish, it's actually very reasonable even to have with a weeknight meal. I don't feel like it takes too much time or too much effort, especially putting the potatoes in the freezer. I feel like that makes just a big difference, not having to wait any longer than I have to for them to cool down. Got my green onion in there. I'm gonna put some vinegar in there as well. There we go. There we go. And salt and pepper. Perfect. So still a little bit of time left to leave those others in the oven. So I'm just going to start chopping up my chicken to have for chicken salad. You can use whatever you want to chop it with. I'm using these. They're called salad choppers, and they've got 2 blades here and a pretty comfortable grip. And I find them just perfect to use for chopping meat like this. I think because they have the 2 blades, they tend to do really well. I also love using these fancy smancy salad chopper scissors if I am chopping up stir fry for my kids, because I want to like eviscerate it and make it really small and hide all the vegetables so they don't know what they're eating. Because if they can pick out a vegetable, they will pick it out. If it's all hidden and it's all chopped up and it's all together, I might hear a little bit of, but I don't like vegetables. But then they'll eventually eat it and they like it. Yes, they'd rather chicken and rice, but I'm not gonna do that. Emmett, for any meal that he's not like excited about, it always ends up being a Mommy's flying food service, where I have to say Mommy's flying food service before each bite and then airplane it into his mouth, but we do what we can, right? So you can chop yours up as small or as big a chunks as you want yours to be. And I am, because this is still super hot, I am gonna let it cool down a little before I put the rest of the ingredients in it. So I'm just gonna put it into the fridge like so. Did I just throw something at you? I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge like that, and then I'm just gonna mix those two together. If it happens later on today, it happens later on today. If it happens tomorrow, it happens tomorrow. Either way, it's going to be absolutely fine. So let's see. We got our bacon done. The potato salad is gonna be coming right up. So, potatoes are nicely cooled. Like, really look over what you have just done in this short period of time. Like, rock star much. And yes, we'll have some dishes to do now, but hey, most of them go in the dishwasher anyway, and if they don't, it's less dishes that you're doing day of, right? So choose this at a time that works for you, a time that suits you. Maybe it's a time when the kids are not here, or maybe the kids want to help too. There's nothing wrong with that. Teach them and show them the value of food prep. Okay, I'm excited for barbecue already. Just seeing this and smelling this. Guys, it's gonna be a good week. This is gonna be a good week. You chose a good time, you chose a good place to be here. Throw a lid on that baby. It's ready for the fridge. Okay, so we have literally so much done that everything is going to be so quick this week. It's going to be so easy, and there's just going to be no thought involved. So, guys, I hope you enjoy this week. I hope you really just focus in on how good it feels to have it done, because you just did something awesome. This is, don't get me wrong, like, this is self-care, what you did right now. And you're not only taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mental health at the same time by having this ready. Believe it or not, you did a lot. And I'm super excited for you. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.